In the heart of ancient Greece, nestled between the mountains and the Aegean Sea, arose one of history's most influential city-states, Athens. Renowned as the birthplace of democracy, ancient Athens fostered a political system that was revolutionary for its time and laid the groundwork for many modern democratic institutions. But Athenian democracy was not born overnight. It evolved gradually, shaped by social unrest, reformers, and a unique cultural emphasis on civic duty, debate, and public participation. At the core of Athenian politics was the concept of direct democracy, a system in which citizens, not representatives, voted directly on laws and policies. This was radically different from modern democracies, where elected officials act on behalf of the people. In Athens, eligible citizens gathered in the ecclesia, or assembly, to debate and vote on issues ranging from military campaigns to public expenditures. The assembly was open to all male citizens over the age of 18, a group that excluded women, slaves, and foreigners, who collectively made up the majority of the population. Still, for those who qualified, the Athenian political system offered unprecedented participation in governance. Supporting the assembly was the Bouli, a council of 500 citizens chosen by lot, with 50 members from each of the 10 Athenian tribes. The Boule managed the day-to-day operations of the city and set the agenda for the assembly. It was responsible for supervising officials, managing state finances, and handling foreign affairs. The use of random selection, or sortition, to fill most public offices was a hallmark of Athenian democracy. This system was designed to prevent corruption and ensure that public duties were shared among a broad cross-section of the citizenry. Further underpinning the Athenian political structure was the system of magistrates, including the archons, who held executive, religious, and judicial responsibilities. While many magistrates were also chosen by lot, some, especially those requiring specialized skills like military generals, called strategoi, were elected by the assembly. The most famous of these was Pericles, whose leadership in the 5th century BCE marked the golden age of Athenian democracy and culture. Perhaps the most unique institution of Athenian democracy was the People's Court, or Heliaia. Thousands of citizens were selected by lot each year to serve as jurors in trials, giving ordinary people direct control over justice. There was no judge in the modern sense, only jurors who decided the outcome by majority vote. This judicial system emphasized the importance of civic responsibility and the belief that justice should be a collective endeavor. Reforms played a crucial role in shaping Athenian democracy. Early in the 6th century BCE, the lawgiver Solon laid the foundation by restructuring the class system and allowing broader political participation. Later, Cleisthenes, often called the father of Athenian democracy, reorganized the population into new tribal units and established the Boule. These reforms diminished the power of aristocratic families and allowed a wider segment of the population to participate in politics. Further down the line, figures like Ephialtes and Pericles reduced the power of the aristocratic Areopagus Council and strengthened the democratic institutions, while also providing stipends to poor citizens so they could afford to serve in public office or on juries. Yet, Athenian democracy was not without flaws and contradictions. It excluded a significant portion of the population and was deeply tied to the institution of slavery. Political life was dominated by rhetoric, and charismatic speakers could sway the assembly toward unwise decisions. Moreover, during times of crisis, such as the Peloponnesian War, democracy itself was occasionally suspended in favor of oligarchic rule. Despite these limitations, the political structure of ancient Athens remains a landmark in the history of governance. It demonstrated the potential of collective decision-making, civic engagement, and the idea that ordinary citizens could shape the destiny of their state. Its influence can be felt across centuries, from the Roman Republic to Enlightenment thinkers and into the democratic systems of today. The Athenian experiment, with all its imperfections, continues to inspire debate about freedom, equality, and the responsibilities of citizenship. In the grand tapestry of human history, Athens was a flickering flame of political innovation, burning brightly, if briefly, offering a vision of what society could be when power is shared, voices are heard, and public life is embraced by all. The legacy of its political structure is not just in its success, but in the questions it forces us to ask about our own systems. Who is included? Who is left out? And how can we ensure that democracy continues to evolve and serve the people it was meant to empower?